Shalom. I want to start by giving all the praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Raruch Double honors to the elder apostles of the great millstone who rule well. And as always, peace and salutations to the hopefully elect tabernacle of David, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Now, one of the 6 things that the Lord hate is a man that soweth discord among brethren. All right, men that are, in unison, men that are in true unity of the spirit, men that are, speaking the same thing. And the scriptures say, pursuant to, I believe in the book of Sirach, I forget which chapter, but it basically says that the Lord does not like a man who disquiets people that be at peace. And clearly, this is what was intended with this video right here that you see done by the quintessential prototype chief high priest Alazar, where basically he took the lesson in which you had the elder Yashawamba had did, in response to this topic of dealing with, whether King David is still going to be king or not. And, he took his words and, completely used it against him to try to, sow discord, try to basically put it out there as if the elder was going against what the elder apostle was teaching. All right. And, these guys are showing themselves, man. This year, these cats at the Sakari, they really showed themselves this year, man. All right. Because, for years, I've actually gave these dudes the benefit of the doubt. I saw that they've been out there, for all these years, teaching, diligently getting out there, putting in the work. And I've always had, respect for that. But, just based on how they move, the things that they're doing, the things that they're teaching now, it's just at this point, I can discern that, these guys are not clearly of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right. They serve their own belly. Now, when you go into Ezekiel, because, their stance is, when it talks about David being the king, it's actually referring to Yahushai, because Yahushai is from the direct lineage of David. And yes, we do agree. There's no disputing that the Lord will raise from the loins of David one that's going to sit upon his throne. We're not knocking that. We're not disputing that. But we're not going to allow you to say that David is not going to have that preeminence, that he's still not going to be king among Israel, just because you can't understand that. All right. So anyway, I'm not going to even play the video, but y'all just want to leave this up just so that y'all can see, this is the title that, they entitled their video. What did young Pharaoh say? Which who the hell cares? Plus, GMS elder says Tahar is wrong and Sakari is right. So that right there, he's trying to sow discord. And that's wicked as hell, man. But anyway, because really, the elder cut these guys, so they want to harp on what he said, as if he's in total agreement with them. So let's get into the scriptures. And the first one I want to deal with, to show you that King David would always have his preeminent position. Everything is going to be in his rightful order. Everything's going to be restored in his rightful order. And David was always held, in a higher order amongst Israel. And every incarnation, if you can receive it, of course, because not everybody can receive the concept that, we're regenerated. We always come back in our lots. Well, David, he was always held in a higher position. All right. If you can receive it, he came as a Zerubbabel. All right. Because one thing that was specific dealing with Zerubbabel, not only was he a descendant of Judah, he was of the tribe of Judah. He was also governor over Judah, and he was also chief or the head over building the second temple. Now, real quick, let's establish that real quick. Let's go to Zechariah 4, which is the exact same position that was given to Peter. All right. Upon Yahweh presence, Peter was going to be the chief. He was going to be the head over the church, over the body. All right. This is dealing with Zerubbabel. Zechariah 4 and verse let me see yep. Zechariah 4 and verse 6, it says, Then he answered and spake unto me, saying, This is the word of the Lord unto Zerubbabel, saying, Not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, saith the Lord of hosts. Who art thou, O great mountain? Before Zerubbabel thou shalt become a plain, and he shall bring forth the headstone thereof with shoutings, crying, Grace, grace unto it. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, The hands of Zerubbabel have laid the foundation of this house. What house? The temple. All right. He laid the foundation. Now, going almost 1,000 years later, what happened when Yahushua came on the scene and he established the church? Who did he lay as that foundation? Who did he tell that upon you will I lay the foundation of this church? Let's go to Matthew 16, which I'm sure the elder brought this point out as well. Let's go to Matthew 16. Let's establish this first. Yeah, this is Matthew 16 and 18. It says, And I say also unto thee that thou art Peter, and upon this rock will I build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. All right. So he said, Thou art Peter, which means what? Rock. Right? Or stone. And upon this rock will I build my church. So you're going to basically build his church upon the foundation of Peter. So he laid that responsibility upon Peter. Because in the spirit, Yahweh already knew who Peter was. That was King David. He was also Zerubbabel, who the Lord laid that foundation with for the second temple. Now this temple that Yahweh had built was a spiritual temple, with King David being the head of that. Hence the tabernacle of David. All right. See, it's not our fault that you dudes can't see it, even though you're so puffed up with pride, because the scriptures say knowledge puffeth up. You do all these debates, you get into all this information, but you lose the spirit. Getting beside yourself, man. It's not our fault you can't understand that. Too busy, seeking self-glorification, man. Freaking reality shows and music videos and albums, promoting yourself. So no wonder why the Lord is withdrawing the spirit from you. It says 19, it says, And I will give unto thee the keys of the kingdom of heaven, and whatsoever thou shalt bind on earth shall be bound in heaven. That's authority. It's basically Yahweh Shai is like, I give you permission to take my place. Because Yahweh Shai knew who he was in the spirit. All right. It says, And whatsoever thou shalt bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatsoever thou shalt loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. Then charged he his disciples that they should tell no man that he was Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, the anointed. All right. So there it is. So going back, he basically, it was back in his lot. Okay. It says, verse 9, The hands of Zerubbabel have laid the foundation of this house, his hand shall also finish it. And thou shalt know that the Lord of hosts hath sent me unto you. For who have despised the day of small things? For they shall rejoice and shall see the plummet in the hand of Zerubbabel with those 7. They are the eyes of the Lord which run to and fro through the whole earth. So he even has the seven angels basically, watching over him, lay the foundation and built the temple, man. All right. So King David slash Zerubbabel slash Peter is a very important figure. So you damn right he's gonna have preeminence, man. Now let's deal with Ezekiel 37. Let's go to Ezekiel 34, where it mentions David being his servant and a shepherd. Because this is another thing to understand. Yeah, at times it can mean that Yahushua fulfilling certain parts of the lot, dealing with the promises that he made with King David, but we know that David was and that he was a shepherd before he became king, which that was spiritual. And then when Yahushua came on the scene, which he was the ultimate shepherd, a shepherd with the capital S, when he left, he made David or Peter, he made Peter the shepherd. He was basically the vice shepherd for Yahushua. Let's just put it like that, and I'll prove that. But let's deal with this in Ezekiel 34 first. Ezekiel 34, and I'm gonna start at verse 22. It says, "Therefore will I save my flock, and they shall no more be a prey, and I will judge between cattle and cattle, and I will set up one shepherd over them, and he shall feed them, even my servant David. He shall feed them, and he shall be their shepherd. And I, the Lord, will be their power, and my servant David a prince among them. I, the Lord, have spoken it." All right, now, yeah, Yahushua is the Prince of Peace. But now we know that Yahushua is really, he's the King of Kings. Now Yahushua is Prince to the Most High, but he's King to us. He's the King of Kings. Even when we become a nation of kings, we're still going to be up under Yahushua. Yahushua is going to be our king. Well, guess what? David is also going to be our king. Okay? But he's going to be Prince when it comes to Yahushua. When Yahushua comes into the room, David is Prince. When David is in the room, without Yahushua, he's king. Okay? So let's go into that. All right. It says that I will set up one shepherd over them, and he shall feed them, even my servant David, he shall feed them, and he shall be their shepherd, right? Now, let's go to John 21. Was Peter ever a shepherd? It's John 21. Was it let me see. Yep. John 21 and 15, it says, "So when they had dined, Yahushua said to Simon Peter, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me more than these? He said unto him, Yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He said unto him, Feed my lambs. He saith to him again the second time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? He saith unto him, Yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He saith unto him, Feed my sheep. He saith unto him the third time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? Peter was grieved because he said unto him the third time, Lovest thou me? And he saith unto him, Lord, thou knowest all things. Thou knowest that I love thee. Yahushua saith unto him, Feed my sheep. So basically, he's put in that position of being a shepherd on Peter. If you love me, and you step into my position and you become the shepherd. You feed my lambs. You watch over them. And guess what happened? He did just that. He became he was already a servant. of Yahweh Shai, but he also, he oversaw the church, which he was over the circumcision. All right, and these were instructions after he went out in the ministry and did what he had to do. He even sent the same instruction to those that were in the church, guys that were bishops, elders, men that were overseers. This is 1 Peter 5:1, and this is Peter. The elders which are among you I exhort, who am also an elder and a witness of the sufferings of Hamashiach, and also a partaker of the glory that shall be revealed. Feed the flock of the Most High which is among you, taking the oversight thereof, not by constraint, but willingly, not for filthy lucre, but of a ready mind, neither as being lords over the Most High's heritage, but being as ensamples to the flock. And when the chief shepherd shall appear, you shall receive a crown of glory that fadeth not away. Because Yahweh Shai is the chief shepherd. All right, but Peter, being the appointed head over the church as the head apostle, he was ultimately the shepherd. Okay, he was the shepherd, and guess what? All of us that are in these positions, we're also shepherds, and we're being shepherds over the flock until the chief shepherd appears, because this is what he told us to do. Go out there and feed the flock, man. It says, yeah, that's pretty much it. So was David, was he a shepherd in the incarnation as Apostle Peter? Yes, he was. All right, but we know Yahweh Shai was ultimately the chief shepherd. Okay, but that does not negate King David / Peter's position that he will have and that he will fulfill. All right. So anyway, let's go to Ezekiel 37 now, because we also got to remember the Lord made that oath, that covenant with David, that he would be the one that would establish that throne. He was the first to begin that throne of Judah that would be held as the preeminent position over Israel. Okay, and the Lord preserved that throne, where you had multiple kings sit upon that throne that was of the line of, or the lineage of David, that came out of his loins. So of course Yahweh Shai would be the ultimate one that would fulfill that. But let's not act like when Yahweh Shai does come back and sit on the throne that he's not going to grant David his position as king over Israel. It's just that he's going to have to, King David is going to have to answer to Yahweh Shai. He's going to be prince under Yahweh Shai, but he's going to be king over Israel. Yahweh Shai is going to be king over all Israel. Okay? It's really easy to understand, man. All right? So let's jump down. Ezekiel 37 and 24. David my servant shall be king over them, and they shall all have one shepherd. And they shall also walk in my judgments and observe my statutes and do them. And they shall dwell in the land that I given unto Jacob my servant, wherein your fathers have dwelt, and they shall dwell therein, even they and their children and their children's children forever. And my servant David shall be their prince forever. Now, there's a reason why David is being referred to as both a king and a prince. All right? He's referred to as being a king and a prince in the same narrative. And basically it proves that the use of both titles hints at his status as the head of Israel while he serves under the King of Kings, man. You see? Because Yahweh Shai, he's the King of Kings. Nobody's gonna be able to outrank Yahweh Shai in the kingdom. That's without question. But guess what? David is still gonna have his preeminence as well. He just won't be on the level of Yahweh Shai. He's still gonna be king over us as well. All right? That's what you don't understand. All right? So you got to get it through your skull, man, that this is what he's gonna do. And then, matter of fact, because it referred to him as a servant, right? David, his servant. Let's go to Luke 12. And we're going to go down to, yeah, here it is. This is Luke 12, and I'm going to start at 35. It says, "Let your loins be girded about and your lights burning, and ye yourselves like unto men that wait for their Lord, when he return from the wedding, that when he cometh and knocketh, they may open unto him immediately. Blessed are those servants whom the Lord when he cometh shall find watching. Verily I say unto you, that he shall gird himself and make him to sit down to meat, and will come forth and serve them. And if he shall come in the second watch, or come in the third watch, and find them so, blessed are those servants. And this know, that if the good man of the house had known what hour the thief would come, he would have watched and not have suffered his house to be broken through. But ye therefore ready, it's like you, be ye therefore ready also, for the Son of Man cometh at an hour when you think not. Then Peter, notice what Peter's getting ready to say. Then Peter said unto him, Lord, speakest thou this parable unto us, or even to all? And the Lord said, Who then is that faithful and wise steward, whom his Lord shall make ruler over his household, to give them their portion of meat in due season? Here it is. Blessed is that servant whom the Lord when he cometh shall find so doing. And we know Peter did it. Peter did that, man. All right. Of a truth I say unto you, that he will make him ruler over all that he have. But and if that servant say in his heart, My Lord delayeth his coming, and shall begin to beat the men servants and maidens, and to eat and drink, and to be drunken, the Lord of that servant will come in a day when he looketh not for him, and in at an hour when he is not aware, and will cut him asunder, and will appoint him his portion with the unbelievers. All right. So hey, we know that Peter off top, he's going to receive that preeminence. The Lord's going to make him ruler. So that means what? He's going to be king. So King David is still going to be king, man. All right. Come on, man. It's not hard to figure out. Yahushua said we're going to be joint heirs with him. Well, you still don't think there's going to be rank among that too? There's still going to be order amongst that. But this guy Alizé, this guy he just wants preeminence, just period, man. He he wants to sit side by side. He wants to sit right beside King David as an equal, you know, because that guy has an issue with he despises dominion. That's why he wants to continue to exalt the Levitical priesthood and downplay the order of Melchizedek, man. That guy I don't know, man. It's something with him and self-importance and always wanted to be uh, 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 seen in a higher regard than what he is, man. You know, so no wonder why he doesn't see King David as his king. A guy with his mentality, he's not gonna go for another man that's under Yahushua being over him. You know, you're nobody, man. You're nothing in the eyes of the Lord. We're just vessels, man. And a lot of these cats out there, if David, was in his position, he would put a lot of you dudes out, man. When you read them Psalms, he said, "I will not know a wicked person." Man, he would cut off a lot of you niggas, man. A lot of you. All right. So, that's pretty much the point on that. And like I said, Yahweh Shai, can't nobody take his preeminence. He's gonna be the sovereign over the entire planet. All right. He's the King of Kings. All right. Even David said concerning Solomon, which he knew in the spirit that was the Lord. He said, "The Lord said unto my Lord." So he even called his own son his Lord. You see. See, what's spiritual and beautiful about it is, even though like in that incarnation, King David, and we know Solomon is Yahweh Shai. Solomon was the son of David, but his son was his Lord. You know, Solomon was basically like was a prince to David, with David being king, and then he came from David's seed to sit upon the throne of David. So in the kingdom, Yahweh Shai is going to be king, while David is going to be basically prince, which means that him being prince under Yahweh Shai, he will be king over us. All right. This is Revelation 19:19. It says, "And he have on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords." You see? So we know without question that nobody will be able to outrank Yahweh Shai. Nobody's above Yahweh Shai. All right? But guess what? King David, when he comes back in his order, he's going to be over the rest of the elect. He's going to come back in that rightful lot. All right? And despite, what these guys are trying to sell you, man. Woe to him that is wise in his own conceit. So anyway, I think the point was made. I just want to go into that. You know, and they might even try to see this video too and try to twist my words up. You know, but it's really simple to understand, man. All right. Yes, Yahweh Shai is going to be the king. He's going to sit upon the throne. But David is also going to be king. He's going to be king up under Yahweh Shai, just like he was shepherd under Yahweh Shai. All right. He's going to be the prince under Yahweh Shai, but he's going to be king over Israel. Because how could you be a king and a prince at the same time? It just means that that he's going to be head over Israel, but he's still going to be a servant under Yahweh Shai. That's it. All right. So anyway, I'm gonna end off with that. I'm gonna give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Hopefully this was edifying into the next lesson. Shalom.